Hi everybody, it's Az here with Emergency Az number, I don't know, 22, 23, 25, I don't fucking know. It'll be in the title. Today has been a really, really weird day. But before I go into it, first of all, Emergency Az videos deal with breaking news. I don't know if this is breaking news, but let's just say this is definitely rant time. And I'm going to talk today about Conan Exiles. Now, Conan Exiles is a game that I bought for early access. It was in early access. I liked the idea of it. I liked what I saw, and so I made a purchase. It's the first ever early access game that I've ever purchased, right? So somebody said to me, you know, how do you feel about early access? And early access to me as a rule is something that I'm not massively keen on. I think it leads itself into being heavily exploited by the game development company. Exploit is a word that's going to be used quite a bit today. So I said the best way, because this is the first early access game I've ever purchased, the best thing to do would be to come back and ask me in 6 months' time. And then in 6 months' time, we'll see what my thoughts and feelings are on the game and my experience with early access. Now, because it was early access, there's going to be some bugs, there's going to be some glitches and issues. And when it first came out, it was all over the place. But we bore with it. You know, we bore with it. And the thing that kind of broke it for me, you'd have to forgive me, I got terrible hay fever. The thing that kind of broke it for me was I like to use a pad for the game. So I use a pad and I use a mouse for the menu system. So it's very intuitive, it's very nice indeed. However, when I first started playing it, if you deviated the up stick slightly left or slightly right when you clicked it and tried to run forward, it would just sidestep jump you left or right, and it was very annoying indeed. And I sort of like played through it for a few weeks, and then it was kind of like one day, I don't recall exactly what it was, but there was something, it was like the straw that broke the donkey's back, and I had had enough. I was just like, fuck this! And I think the pad went flying down the stairs. It's like, screw that! And I said, right, I'm not returning to this game until they have fixed this movement issue. And I did. I went and played various other things. I put my time into various other things. And then last week, I started to stream Persona 5. I streamed Persona 5 on the day of launch, and I wanted to continue streaming Persona 5. However, the company that did that, Atlas, put some really pathetic stream rules and video rules and screenshot rules around their game. Bearing in mind, this game has been out in Japan for months and months. And their effort was, this is to stop spoilers from getting out. Well, the whole point was, you know, the game had been out for months, A, in Japan, and B, it was a really, really bad thing to do, because if I supported the game and continued to stream it and then stopped playing it at the point that they wanted me to, then it was setting a very dangerous precedent for future companies to say, oh, well, you can stream some of this and then you can't stream others, and it would really become a difficult thing for streamers. So I stopped stopped streaming the game. It's a good game. Not knocking the game at all. It's still there on the top of my PlayStation 4. It's still a nice little game, but I'm not going to stream it, and I'm not going to support Atlas. They can fuck off. You know, I'm not supporting things which are going to potentially critically affect streamers' livelihoods, because that's what I do pretty much now, full-time streaming, and I put some videos up on YouTube for people to complain that it's not World of Warcraft. So I jumped back onto Conan that night. I just thought, let's just see after a little while what fixes have been done. And they'd fixed the movement bug. And I could move around fine. And the servers felt a lot more stable and all this kind of stuff. So I said to myself, let's give Conan Exiles another go. And so last Wednesday, I started streaming Conan Exiles, and I've been streaming it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, yesterday, and today. Now, When we joined Conan this time round, we had to start again because our stuff was on a private server last time, and the people that rented that private server hadn't maintained it, so the private server had gone defunct. So what I decided to do was log on to an official Funcom server that was protected by BattlEye. And BattlEye is something that's meant to protect the server from exploits. I told you that word was going to start coming back. So I created a character. People in the stream joined the HVB clan. We started to get a clan of people together, and we went to where our old base was on the previous map, and we started to rebuild there. Now, if you've been following my streams, you'll know that on the very first day, we got raided. We were killed. All our machinery was destroyed, and all our stuff was taken. And I said, and I tweeted out, maybe we should go to a PvE server, because obviously people who have stayed on servers for a few months, the top level, and they're just going to annihilate everybody. Or should we attempt to fight on? And so we decided to attempt to fight on. And we rebuilt, and the very next day we got raided twice. Somebody got into our base, admittedly completely our fault. Somebody got into our base, they killed us again, and they nicked some of our stuff, but we got lucky because we destroyed the stairs leading up to the base after we respawned from getting killed. And so all they could really do was whatever damage they'd do in the base and whatever resources, etc. they've nicked off us. Now, thankfully for us, that person destroyed a couple of really unnecessary chests, took what was inside, and ended up buggering off. So they jumped down, they couldn't gain access to the base again. And we were like, whew, we got away with that. We were lucky. Now, I purposely picked a PvP server for us to go on because I wanted to have that element of threat. You know, it just makes the game a bit more fun. Going out there, you've got that element of threat. You could have your resources stolen. You could get involved in some PvP action. And then you yourself, if you wanted to, you could go off and raid other people as well if you wanted to. You could try and assert some dominance on the server if you wanted to. So it could lead to multiple different avenues. And we also ended up making an ally with a much higher level person to us. They were like level 31 or something, and we were like level 10 at the time. You know, that's like the top level person, which would likely be me. And then most people like level 2, 3, 4, 5. So, you know, I understand and I'm fully complicit with the ideology of raiding and being raided. If you raid and you get raided, you can't fucking complain. You've got to take the rough with the smooth. That's how a PvP server operates. If you don't want that, you just go to a PvE server. That's it. That's the way you stop that. I don't want to be raided. Go to a PvE server then. Create your stuff on a PvE server. Don't get raided. Okay? So we managed to stave off another raid the next night. So that's 4 raids so far in just 3 or 4 days of being on the game. But we held off and we got resilient and we started to fortify our base and we built up a very strong base as best we possibly could. And we defended ourselves and we leveled up and we defended ourselves. Now, this afternoon, I logged onto the game and one of our clan members said, we've got a bit of a problem. And I was like, bollocks, we've been raided. And I was thinking to myself, before I pursued it further, you know, the initial thoughts which go through your head were, how much damage have they done? How much have they taken? Can we rebuild? You know, how critical is this raid? But this was a raid, but this was a different type of raid. This was an exploit raid. Now, apparently, there is an exploit going around where you can glitch through doors. And they said to me, we've been exploit raided. So I logged into the game, and there I was, and none of the base was touched. None of the base was destroyed. Not a single door, not a single wall, nothing. There is an exploit where you can glitch through doors, and I believe you can glitch through foundations in the ground as well. There were a couple of foundations knocked out the ground here and there so they could glitch through. And they glitch through the doors to start with. And the glitching has got something to do with the ping rate and the lag. Where if you've got like such a high ping rate, you can like log into the game and immediately move into somebody's base before the fucking walls spawn in. It's really shit. It's really, really shit. And this made me just absolutely furious that we've been glitch raided. Because this game is early access. This isn't alpha and beta. You might want to call it alpha and beta, but this is early access. To play this game, you have to pay full fucking price. Full fucking game price. I paid £30 to play this game. That's about $40 or so to purchase this game at its release into early access. Now, I started on stream, and there's a VOD of the stream. I might link it in the comments, or just go to my Twitch and then go and watch today's stream. It's only about 2.5 hours long. I say only, because it's like 2.5 hours long of me losing my shit about these exploits. And I started to do a little bit of research online about this exploit. And it's a couple of things. Number one, you can see there, I've put this exploit hunters thing that Funcom have provided to me. The URL is conanexiles.com/exploit hunters/ that Funcom gave to me after a number of tweets back and forth. Well, a number of tweets for me trying to communicate with them and then just not bothering, not giving a shit. Not giving a shit. So I tweeted Funcom and saying, you know, what the hell about this exploit? And it took him like an hour to respond or something. And then he said, we're aware of this. Please go to the forums, the Steam forums, for more info. Like, yeah, we know. Fuck off. Real fucking dismissive shit. And I was like, fuck you. We want refunds. This is a critical exploit which makes the whole fucking game useless. Useless. Unless you build your base on the top of a fucking mountain where you can only have a box, really, because you can only set your foundation so much before the game says there's not enough support. So you have to build like a square foundation and then a square fucking base on top of it. So unless you build yourself a fucking box on the top of the mountain, you can't craft what we were crafting. Now, I'd show off the base, but just as I was logging off today, some fucker summoned a god and annihilated the whole base. And I really wanted to make this video as me going through the base where I can actually show you what had not been done. So, if you do go to that VOD, because it was live at the time, you can see that there was no damage to the base, nothing, no doors open for them to come through. I'd got all these fail safes in place that if you got through one door, you were trapped behind another door, and if you got through that door, you were trapped behind another door. There were so many fail safes in the base to protect from raiding. And just make raiders, the job for raiders to get through as difficult as it possibly could be. If they got through and eventually did stuff, you know, good for them. They'd fucking earned their shit, to be honest with you. But there were so many fail-safes in place. So there was nothing whatsoever that could have got in. The only way in was an exploit. And we had players online. There were 2 players, low-level players online that saw it happen. Got the names of the people. They saw what happened. But look at that there. Eventually, Funcom point me towards this website to, you would think, report an exploit. But just look at this. In the notes section. Write a detailed test case for the exploit. You must describe each step needed to reproduce what you have found. Please include your PayPal email so we can reward you for your help. Also, please include your name or Steam username if you wish it to be included in our list of rewarded exploit hunters. Funcom will pay exploiters Not people trying to say we got exploit raided. Nothing was destroyed. No building blocks down. You know, nothing. They must have glitched in. We saw people saw them glitch through the doors and da-da-da. No, you don't get shit for that. You get this, if you want to report an exploit, you've got to be the fucking exploiter.
Oh!
Now, as I said earlier, I started to do some research into this exploit. And there were videos up on fucking YouTube dating back to the 6th of February with this exploit. And this exploit is becoming rampant, where you just glitch through the doors or glitch through the foundations into somebody's base. Everybody in global chat in the server was talking about it. People were joining the server and saying, what's this server like? I keep getting glitched, exploited raiding on other official servers that have the battle eye protection against exploiters. Oh! So people are constantly looking for a server to join to see if it hasn't been hit by glitch exploiters. Now, this meant that unless you had your box on top of the hill and destroyed the staircase from getting to it, and by the way, also found a glitch that can get you up the side of fucking mountains. Anything that you build on a relatively ground level, and ours wasn't even at ground level, it was still slightly raised up, is useless. The whole fundamentals of Conan Exiles, the building, everything, is useless because it can all be bypassed by this exploit. Now, the person that put the video up showing them exploiting into a base on the 6th of fucking February got banned. And my tweet from Funcom said, we are aware of this. And since the 6th of February and to now, Funcom, and even right today, they're on Humble Bundle. Funcom are still selling this game, even though they know it's critically broken. This glitch, which makes building a base useless. It makes anything that you do, unless you go at the top of the mountain and smash your staircase, useless. Any creativity in the game, useless. Any level 2 construction, useless. Any level 3 construction, useless. Useless. You might as well have a fucking brick on top of a hill and put all your stuff in open thing. Just put them on the floor. All your resources, all your weapons, all your armor, just lay it all out in front of you on that panel. And that is safer than a fucking level 3 base the size of Fort fucking Knox in Conan. Because they can just glitch through your door. It's immoral. Utterly, completely immoral that Funcom, who have admitted here and banned that exploiter since the 6th of February, who have known about this critical exploit, which makes the whole fucking game useless on a PvP server, utterly useless, and they still sell the product. Still cash in, sell the product. And I've got to, again, I've got to tell people, I've got to say what Final Fantasy 14 did in 2010 when they released patch 1.0, the brand new Final Fantasy 14, and it was dog shit. And Square just went, right, we're stopping the sub immediately. Nobody's paying subscription fee for this. Nobody. We're stopping sub. We understand this game is subpar, shouldn't be like this. And that is a full release title, not even an early access. Full release title. And they stopped the sub for like 18 fucking months. And then they said, right, we're going to have to rebuild this game. And if you'd purchased the fucking game in 1.0, when they eventually released A Realm Reborn in 2014, 4 years later, you could just play for free. You could just, well, obviously you had to subscribe then. But you got that bit for free because you'd already bought the fucking game 4 years ago. 4 fucking years ago. And Funcom are aware of this. They've admitted that they're aware of this. And they are still asking people because fucking hashtag profit. This is fucking immoral. This type of business practice is disgusting. Absolutely fucking disgraceful. Utterly disgraceful. If this game is broken to that degree, Conan should be saying, look, fuck, wait, we shouldn't put this out in early access. This should be in fucking alpha testing. Alpha testing! Where we invite people to come in. But no, they wanted to make their fucking money back on the product. They wanted to make, and in the first week, they made it. In the first week, the game was in profit. They got all of their fucking money that they'd ploughed into the game, all of their development money, they got it all back and they're in profit. And they still continue to sell it even though they're fully aware that the game is absolutely fucking broken to the core. Now this is where something has got to be fucking done about early access. This stuff has got to be fucking stopped. Something has got to be put in place to fucking stop it. Because this is just exploiting gamers. This is just exploiting people for their fucking money and putting out a shoddy piece of crap. And before you say, look, you know, maybe they just don't know what's wrong or maybe they can't fix it. There are so many fucking fixes that people can pull off the top of their head. About logging people in and keeping them rigid in spot for 10 seconds or 15 seconds, whatever it may be, while they log into the game can fucking bring everything in. And so when they can fucking move, everything's solid. But they are fully aware of this fucking exploit. They're fully aware that it renders their whole fundamental game useless. And they still take your money. Still take your money. Up on the Humble Bundle deal. 20% off this week. Still taking your money off you. Something's got to be done. I know this is a fucking first world problem, folks. Alright? You don't have to go, oh, it's a fucking first world problem. You know, I know it's a fucking first world problem, but I live in the first fucking world, so it's a problem for me. But I shelled out my money. People who came and wanted to play with me because of you know, being a fan of HeelvsBabyface, they paid their money. I know probably at least 20 fucking people have bought this game simply because of me. Probably more. But those just came in and started to play with me. They had to buy the game. They bought it off wanting to play with me. So they didn't just get my money. They got 20, 25, 30, 40 people's monies to play this fucking broken fucking game. Unless this week or last week, they put up a new fucking patch with a new dungeon and new this and new that. Stop with that! Fix the fucking fundamental issues! Fix the fucking exploit! You've known about it for 3 fucking months now. 3 fucking months. And fuck you. Fuck you, we got your money. Fucking hashtag, fuck you, got your money. Early access has got to stop. It's this kind of shit has just got to fucking stop. If you want us to pay fucking money, release a fucking full, finished, ready product. Or as best as it fucking can be. There's always going to be a few problems. We know that. As best as it fucking can be. That's why you have fucking alpha testing and beta testing. But this just seems like one massive fucking cash grab. And they don't care if you stop playing the fucking game. Because they've already got your goddamn money. It's one of those. It's one of those where you just get fucked over as a player. Absolutely bent over and fucked up the ass. Because you've already paid your money. There's no fucking comeback. If this was an alpha or a beta test and they just saw the player base go, wah, to fucking nothing, they'd be like, Christ, well, you know, we can't operate off this system. Why are they leaving? What's the reason? Because there's a fucking critical exploit. Right, we've got to fucking get this fixed. We've got to get it sorted. Thank you. Right, thank you for bringing that. We're going to put all our focus on attention on getting this fucking fixed. But no, it's early access. So we'll fucking flog the game, flog it, profit. Fuck you if you leave. Because we've already got your goddamn fucking money. Funcom, fuck you. Fuck you, Funcom. That attitude is just fucking shite. Absolute fucking shite. As soon as this exploit came to light, you should have fucking refunded. You should have fucking cut people, you should have at least allowed refunds. You should have cut fucking the price of the game. Just stop. Right, we're not charging for this. This game is obviously broken to a degree that we need to put it into some sort of alpha beta test. But no, you fucking want the money, because fuck you. I had to get this out of my system. I had to get this out of my fucking system. And then they go and fucking pay fucking exploiters. Hey, exploiters, please tell me how you broke our fucking game. We'll give you cash. So, all the fun gone. All the time and effort invested in the game, not just in this last week, which again is like 50, 60 hours. Probably, at least. All the time that we invested beforehand. Don't care. Don't matter to them. They got my fucking money. They got everybody who joined the game because of me. They got their money. Fuck you. We got your money. This kind of shit has got to fucking stop. Otherwise, gamers are just going to get exploited and exploited. There has to be some sort of thing that comes in that says, no, if you want an early access program, you've got to have an alpha and a beta test instead. If you want to put a game out there that is not ready for release, then you can't charge for it. You can invite people to come into the beta. You can invite people to come into the alpha. Whatever they do. Whatever they do. But you can't charge for this. You can only start charging when it goes to retail. That's got to be done. Because this type of thing, it's just like, why would you even consider playing this fucking game? Why would you even consider it? Because now we're going to stop playing. Everybody who's just joined again, we're all going to stop. All stopping now. Because there's no fucking point. Because the core element of the game, the building, is broken. Because it doesn't matter how many walls, doors, ceilings, foundations. Doesn't matter how much you got. Glitchy, glitchy, glitchy. Walkie, walkie, walkie in. You know? So fucking dumb. So fuck you, Funcom. Fuck you. You don't give a flying fuck. You don't give a flying fuck. Just take your money, and fuck you. It's a company I'll never fucking deal with this shit again. I'll never fucking deal with this shit. And it's annoying because Conan Exiles was a fun game with a great premise if it worked. Because we understood getting raided was part of the course of the game. We've been raided 4 times in 4 games. This isn't a Az is mad because he got raided rant. That's part of the game. If I didn't want to do the raiding, get raided or do the raiding, I'd be on a PvE server. We chose the PvP server because we knew the threat. That's the fun. That's one of the fun elements of it to me. With a survival game, if you don't have that threat, then you just somebody said if you don't have the threat, it's just Minecraft, and it is, and I'm not interested in Minecraft. It's just like, here, there's a building I can build because I can build it. That's all well and good, but the PvE aspect of the game is pretty fucking lame. It's the PvP side which is the exciting part. But when that fundamental construction of the game is just broken, there's no fucking point in even playing it. And then if the people that if the people that nicked everything just before I logged off, we hung a conversation in the global chat. Everybody was talking about, they've raided us, they've exploit raided us. All exploit raiding. No doors, no walls broken, nothing. Just glitched in through the doors, taken everything, destroyed everything inside, taken it all, glitched back out again. And Funcom are just like, got your money. Got your fucking money. But if you are an exploiter, we'll give you money. We'll give you money. But if you have been exploited... Oh. Fuck off. That's what Funcom have. So Funcom, fuck you. Fuck you. For pushing a game that you knew was broken at the absolute core. And profiteering when you knew your game was fucking broken. Fuck you. Absolutely fuck you. So there we go. That's the end of quite a long emergency as rant. It probably should have been in as chats, whatever. Fuck it. As chats number 75, whatever it is now. That's what it is now. So yeah, fuck you, Funcom. That's what the title's gonna be. Cause fuck you. Seriously, fuck you. Taking money when you know your game is 100% broken. Absolutely fucking broken. Well, you knew the building element of it is useless. Utterly useless. We might as well just be together as a clan and just walk around. Just fucking roam like Kung Fu, like David Carradine and Kung fucking Fu. Like the littlest fucking hobo. Let's just get in the group and let's just walk. Let's just fucking walk around the map. Fucking drinking and eating every now and again. Putting down a campfire. And then just keep moving on because there's no fucking reason to build a single fucking brick. Fuck you, Funcom. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get a thumbs up. And also subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links, they're in the description down below. And I'll be back without fucking Conan fucking Exiles with some more stuff very soon. You take care, everybody. Bye for now.